But then what do you do with their mother? Do you just kind of erase that person from your memory? Like, how is she whole? If you've, where is the resolution? Where is like um the rest the reconciliation, I guess, might be the better word. So the being perfect and being complete. I used to think of it as well as like just when we hear that word, we always think of like you're talking about, like something in a museum, like something extremely fragile and breakable because it's just one touch of it would just shatter it to pieces. But then like he says be perfect in Matthew, but then if you go to the Gospel of Luke, he preaches the same sermon and he says be merciful instead of
Mm.
saying perfect, he says be merciful. And so that's when I started to look at mercy and forgiveness and things like that and being like, no, that actually, like that psalm I quoted too, he says, purge me with hyssop and I shall be clean. Wash me and I shall be whiter than snow. So it's like if God forgives you, if someone else actually forgives you, uh, they will, that like covers you. It it cleans you and restores you. It makes you whole again. It makes you complete. And then yeah, so it's just all like everything is kind of tied around that for me, I guess. That forgiveness, when you forgive somebody, you actually create perfection. Like, because you have a way of not it. I mean, it's not really covering up their flaws or dismissing it because it's not just like flattery of just telling someone, "Oh, you're fine. Like you can keep doing this," but it's a way of like really healing those wounds or healing those wrongs, or stuff like that. If that
Yeah, I
makes
think the word wholeness, like certainly there's people in the corner that could talk to this, and I'd love to hear them. Um, like the little I know of, like the word shalom, like the idea of peace, and like I used to think peace was like the absence of war, but I think peace is more about this like wholeness and fullness that like exists in a space. Like peace isn't the absence of conflict, but it's like the fullness of relationship or something.
sense.
And that wholeness, I think, is absolutely like that's what happens when you forgive someone, or it what can happen when you forgive someone, or you are forgiven. It's like there's a wholeness in that relationship, and now you can like play together again and have a relationship again and co-create together again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I completely agree. Yeah, there's a peace that comes. There's a shalom. Which makes me think too, because forgiveness, like I said, seems to me to be the betrothal or the coming together of truth and mercy. It's like those two things coming together, the judgment and the mercy. Hang on. Sorry. Hopefully you didn't hear that. This is my phone ringing. Just a junk call. Um, but then I don't know. Then there's this David, for some reason, and I've said this plenty of times before too. I'm just repeating myself again. But David in the Bible, I think just because in the Psalms he says it so many times, he'll talk about truth and mercy, truth and mercy. I connect that with David, and then the son of David being Solomon. His name means peaceable. So you're talking about peace coming through the act of forgiveness. So like, what is birthed through that? The truth and mercy coming together. It's like what's what's birthed through that is the King of Jerusalem, the King of Peace, the King of Righteousness. It's like righteousness and peace have this weird um, pairing as well, I guess you could say. But yeah,
Yeah, I haven't thought much about mercy. Talk to me about mercy.
that's the. I mean, it's kind of the mercy triumphs over judgment, right? It's kind of the same. It's kind of the there's. I don't know. It feels like word games to me sometimes because it's kind of the same as forgiveness to me to have mercy on someone. Because I think if someone's begging for mercy, I think that means they know that or if you're offering mercy to someone, I think that implies that there is a mark that has been missed. There's a sin,
Hmm.
whatever that may be. Like, doesn't have to be like a moral sin. It's just you missed the mark. Like God's infinite. So like, what is holding the world together? It's like mercy is, it's the foundation for all things. Or forgiveness is. It's kind of similar terms to me, but then it's still one of those things. It's even like when people use the word love. Like some people have a problem with the word love because it just is all this mushy gushy stuff to them, and it's like so some people have the same problem with the word mercy. It's like you can't just have mercy on everyone. Like there has to be a judgment, and it's like yeah, the judgment's embedded in it. Like the judgment's in the mercy, the judgment's in the forgiveness too, and uh, and in the love. That's when I said like the opposite of love isn't hate; it's just indifference. Like
Hmm.
I'd rather be, burned alive by God than forgotten by Him. So it's uh, but mercy, I think, like I said, if it goes too much, if it's all just like flattery and like someone um like Jesus on the cross, he says, "Forgive them, Lord, they don't know what they do." If he would have said, "Forgive them, Lord, they're doing the right thing." Like if he just flatters them and he's like, "Guys, keep doing what you're doing." Like if you just flatter someone and tell them to keep doing that, then it's like it's just this watered down. There's no judgment, there's no truth, and it just seems like it's just all this blood, and there's no standard. There's no there's no goodness that you can perceive because it's just all. I guess you could say mercy. I don't know. It's all just. I would use the word flattery, but I think that's where like I said, it just kind of feels like word games to me, and I often feel like I have to clarify that I don't mean like just flattering people or patting people on their back and saying you're good, keep on doing what you're doing. Like it's always an encouragement to be better. But but yeah, mercy is like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm probably not the best person to talk about it. Like it would probably be better if Joseph or Jacob or Hezi, because it's just I think it has to do with that. What's translated our word for mercy is like the Hebrew word hesed, and it's just yeah, over and over in the Old Testament, where God's the seated on the atonement seat, things like atonement and mercy and forgiveness. But anyway, I probably gotta hop off here though, man. I'm sorry.
No, no, that's perfect time for me. It's great seeing you again.
It's good seeing you too. Well, I don't know. What does this say? The Office of Secular. Is this Claire? Smacks of false pretense. I don't know. You don't need. Claire's like banned from a lot of channels. So if you Claire Khaw, but I don't know if that's her. Probably is. I don't. But it looks like I don't understand what's happening. What is this? How is? I think she's streaming to her channel. I don't even know how that happened. I don't know. Whatever. Whoops. I'm sorry, Jacob.